So in this video, I'm just gonna break down like a quick how-to. I made this custom out of a Bardock. I just have half of his body. I just have half of his body because I'm making another custom right now, so I can't show the entire body, but I'm gonna go over how this was made. I can't record as I'm customizing because it takes like multiple days, but I can just break down like what I did. So just looking up closely real quick, my idea behind this was making the Bardock from when he was fighting Frieza, right? So he's battle damaged. So yeah, let's go over how I made it. So first off, put him to the side. This is what Bardock comes looking like. I have a review of Bardock. If you could check it out, I have it posted. You can see what his full body looks like if you're unfamiliar. So I'll start off from the top here. His hair falls off, but so getting into the custom, a lot of people were asking me like, how did I get the armor off? So the ways you could get the armor off, first off, is this green part here. You can just pretty much pull it off. So if I could get this tool and pretty much show you that you could just like go underneath it. I'm not going to pull it off here, but this piece basically comes off. So this can be pulled off. Moving on from there, that's how you're going to get his shoulder to show. And again, it's not going to look like that. It's going to have holes in it, but I'll explain what to do after that. So then after that, well, first off, this is a Dremel. I have other posts showing what this tool can do. It's pretty much like a handheld drill. So I'll show you the two tools that I mostly use here. So one is like a mini saw, and the other one's like a mini, this is like a mini, like I guess you could call it like a sander, but it's like a fine point. So where you can get in areas that need like fine detail. So I'll show you what I use this part for. So I use this tool here to get in the crevices here to make his armor. And it looks like, you know, kind of like his armor is pulled off and things like that. So that's what it looks like up close. I also use it for the holes in his armor here. And then I'll explain to you how you make the legs look like they're popping out of the pants there. So starting out with this tool, you're gonna start cutting. As you can see, there's like well, this plastic here, you're gonna have to cut through, but don't cut too deep to where you get into this skin here. So I started off here, I cut like a line here, and then I pretty much carved it to my liking, going down and then around. You can use a picture as a reference. So this tool turns on. You can find a Dremel on Amazon and things like that. I don't have a link. I think I could post a link. I'll post a link of the details. But again, you use this tool and you cut this part here first, and then you kind of like sand it down to where you will get this kind of look here. So you're gonna sand it down all the way to it's like thin plastic, all the way around and underneath, if you can see here. And then again on this side, I liked my details to be showing like the armor to be coming out like that. But as you can see, there's like a layer here. There's a layer of what looks like armor. I honestly just sanded it down. And then you're gonna get to the plastic. So I did it again here. And then obviously right here in the front. So then what you do after that, what you're gonna show from there is like just kind of like cut up plastic basically. So all of this is clay. Just this section here that you kind of like shave away. Even back here is it's going to be bald plastic, and then you add clay in here. All this other stuff is what he came with. So the clay that I use, or the clay that you should use rather, is a plumber's clay, and it's called milliput. So it comes in two parts. I still have a fresh box here, but 1 and 2. You pull out 2 pieces and mix it together real well. It has the instructions on here. And then you can start applying your clay. So you apply your clay in all the areas that you cut off, like a thin layer. And then after the clay is applied, you're gonna get a clay carving tool. There's many tools that come with the carving tools, but there's just a few that I like. I like the ones with like the fine point tip. So then you're gonna go into where your clay work is, and then you're gonna lightly add your lines. Like these are all lines here. That's a line there. These are lines up here. So you'll carve in what you want his under the armor body to look like. This is also a line here that I carved in, and the back details are a line that I carved in, and also this side, because that's the part that you shave off. And then after that's all done, the clay is going to be all choppy, and you got to go in again, and then you got to sand it down. So you get a real fine grade of sanding paper, and then go in there and just sand it off really well. Another thing that you can use is this tool, because it's also a sander, and you could get in all the areas that you can't get in with that pad there. So you just lightly go over it, sanding on like a lower setting, and then you could get it to be smoothed out to be ready for the paint. Moving on to the crack here is pretty much the same. You're gonna get this tool, you're gonna drill a hole, thin layer, and then kind of make it to your liking. And then after that is done, you're gonna switch out to like a mini drill. And then what I did was I carved in the lines with this drill. Is like, you know, you get your lines to look how you want them to look. Same here. I just carved these lines in with this tool here, and then you get your crack. You could carve in your, I'm sorry, it's kind of blurry. Move his arm. So you could carve in the cracks there, and that's just light. It's lightly over the armor, as you can see, just to make like a little indentation. And again, my apologies. When I'm making these customs, it takes like a few days. So down to the arm here. This is actually all of what he came with, which looks like this. Again, it's just sanding it down. So you get this tool again, and you're gonna sand off all of this burgundy part to where it's like, you know, pretty much the shape of a wrist. And then after that, no clay added here. There's no clay. You're just gonna paint over it. You could use this tool to carve in the lines, like in the indentations and the muscles. Just use this tool. Like, take your time and use this tool, and then it'll come out to your liking, and then just paint over that. And I'll show you the paint that I use in a second. So moving down to the legs, right? So again, well, I'll show you a quick, I don't want to show you what I'm working on. I'll just show you his legs. So this is what his legs look like. So it's all his legs, right? That's what they look like stock. So I'll put that to the side. So all this is right here, which looks like, you know, there's legs underneath his pants, is just clay. So you're gonna add the clay over his legs, right? Just apply it kind of like in a, kind of like a ring shape, I guess you could call it. So you're gonna apply the clay, let it dry a little bit, and then you're gonna start carving out, just carve out these lines, just get it clear. So you're gonna carve that, carve it to where it looks like torn. It's gonna look like torn pants basically, right? You do that on both sides. This is all clay in here, and this is clay down here. And you're gonna carve it in, and then carve in your lines there. So everything's gonna be black except for the clay. And then you add your clay down here, obviously. You can see my leftover clay, it's kind of sloppy. So after that dries, it's gonna be all choppy and thick again. You're gonna take this tool and you're gonna sand it down to where it all smooths out into his upper leg area. Sand it down until it's all smooth, right? So then it blends in. As you can look closely, it's all blended in. It looks like it's actually pants, but it's really just clay on top of the plastic that was already there. So then after that, you are going to paint everything black, and then you're gonna paint in, obviously, where his skin would be underneath the clothing. Sorry, I hit the camera, but this hand, so when this peg in here is red. So I took that peg out and I switched it out for, I think it's like a Saiyan Rays on 8th Goku. Whatever other Gokus you have, the hand is the same. So you'll switch out this peg from the red one to that skin tone color, and then just put that hand on. I think that pretty much explains all of the carving and molding part, right? So that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look really choppy at first. So then after you get your sculpt to your liking, you go in with your paint, right? So the paint that I use is a Vallejo paint. This is skin tone color. A lot of people are wondering how to make skin tone color. I was myself until I just looked on Amazon. Everything's there. Just type in skin tone color paint, and then just purchase your paint. This is like $4. And that is his skin tone, right? So then after that, you have the lining and the details. I'm not the best shader, but I do try to, you know, make it to my liking. So what this color is in the lines is called a wash, color wash. And what that looks like, you can also grab on Amazon. It's just, it's also, this is Vallejo brand also. It's called Game Wash, and it's the flesh color. It comes in a box with many of them in there. And then once that's all done, you have to seal your paint. Don't forget to seal your paint. So this is the sealer I use. It's acrylic, whatever that says, polyurethane, water-based, so matte varnish. I like all my figures. I think you guys hear me sometimes saying like matte finish, and things like that. So that's what the matte finish is this Vallejo. So that's pretty much it. I did not paint his face because I'm waiting on the Tonson Art Toys head sculpt to come out. That's the, you know, one of the reasons why I made this custom as well. So, you know, hopefully this video was helpful. This is just a tutorial on how to customize your Bardock. And if you think it's helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to keep a lookout for my next videos to come, go ahead and subscribe. Until then, thank you for watching.